YouTube class, welcome to My English Voice. Okay, if you haven't downloaded the worksheet already, go and do that. You'll find it at myenglishvoice.com and then come back here to start the listening lesson. Okay, are you ready? Let's go.
Our work starts from here.
When you come in, you face this massive
This black hole, this barrier.
It could be what you face in any new situation. When you come to any new situation, there is only this black unknown.
This is us for you, and this is you for us. So we need to move. If we move, we came to the other side of ambiguity, the other side of the black, the other side of the flatness. And we find the spheres.
There are 3,457 spheres on the floor. And they are of this stainless steel, of a reflective material, because it's like what is inside my head or what is inside anybody's head. All these nations in exchanging reflection, exchanging creations.
It's round to indicate movement, it's fluidity. So we must move and be fluid and interact with other people, other nations.
Mecca, people would think it's only a religious place, closed, but it's on the contrary. When I used to look from my grandfather's house and see the street full of heads, like this, full of nations, cultures, fashions, different food, different clothes, different languages. So this is what is inside my head. It's similar to what is in Venice during the art show.
So it's pilgrimage. Here in Venice, it's a pilgrimage for art. And there in my city, it's pilgrimage to do ritual, to do commerce.
And Shadi used the technique of the mosaic, because the mosaic is fragments, pieces, but at the same time,
it has volume, in the same time it has spaces. So one must keep his space, in the same time he interact.
To create a global tableau. We feel it's a very courageous move from Saudi Arabia to change the look at art, because art, I think, is the best ambassador to reach other nations. This is why we choose the black, because for the other outward, Saudi women doesn't exist. They're oppressed. They're not creative. They do not work. They do not interact.
So the black is only the facade. What you see of us, the veil, it's only the facade, it's the skin. But inside is the core. This is the core.
In the 60s, Saudi women are trying to study art in, for example, in Italy or outside in England, and coming to Saudi Arabia, opening museums, opening art galleries. It's few, but it's getting bigger.
A lot
now.
of activities, art activities, founded by women in Saudi Arabia. The first gallery by a woman, the first institute for culture and creation was founded by a woman.
That doesn't mean it's easy. It is like anywhere in the world. You have to struggle to create a change. This is why we brought stones from a sacred field in Mecca. Those stones are used by pilgrimage to throw to the devils. It's not a devil, it's representing in your mind a negative moment in your life, and you throw the stone at it to create a change.
All this installation was based on my grandmother, a story about this king who took his bride to his castle, and he showed her maybe 1,000 of doors, and he told her, go through any of these doors, but don't cross this black door. But she crossed, and she get to know the unknown.
Okay, so this week's lesson involves a dictation exercise. That means listening really carefully to 1 or 2 sentences and writing down every word that you hear. There should be space on your worksheet to do that. Okay, I'll play it twice. Are you ready? Let's go.
That doesn't mean it's easy. It is like anywhere in the world. You have to struggle to create a change. That doesn't mean it's easy. It is like anywhere in the world. You have to struggle to create a change.
Okay, so now it's time for the International English Pronunciation Focus. I'm going to play just a short extract from the video. You need to listen really carefully and just focus on the sounds. Then try repeating exactly the same thing and then compare your pronunciation with the speaker's pronunciation. Remember that we all have different accents, and different does not necessarily mean better or worse, but if you can notice differences, this would help you next time you speak to somebody with that same accent. This is especially important if you know that you're going to speak to people with this accent and you know that this is not a familiar accent to you. The more you listen to different accents, the easier they will be to understand. If you want more help understanding what to focus on, you can download the pronunciation guide at myenglishvoice.com. Okay, are you ready to listen? Don't forget, listen, repeat, notice, and reflect. Let's go.
This is why we brought stones from a sacred field in Mecca. Those stones are used by pilgrimage to throw to the devils. It's not a devil, it's representing in your mind a negative moment in your life, and you throw the stone at it to create a change.
Okay, so that's it for this week's lesson. Thanks for watching. Remember, we have lots of other categories on the website, myenglishvoice.com. You can leave your answer to the discussion question in the comments box below, or you can join our weekly listening lesson feedback. That's free. It's a YouTube live broadcast. You can type your answers into the chat box to connect with people from all over the world. I also have the speaking weekly lessons as well on YouTube. These you do have to pay for, but it's just the price of a cup of coffee. So hopefully everybody can afford to join us for that. For more information, check out the details at myenglishvoice.com. Most importantly, don't forget to share your English voice with My English Voice.